either with headstones falling and cracking or grave beds sinking into the ground.
Yeah, the Jewish community in Glendale claims that they've tried to rectify the issue with the cemetery owners. Now they're relying on newly drafted legislation that would require cemeteries to follow religious laws.
Now, Pix 11's Michelle Ross has the report.
It's added trauma to an already stressful situation that comes with burying a loved one.
You see a cracked headstone of people's parents who, some of us were actually there for the burials.
The Bukharian Jewish community in Queens says more than 100 burial plots at Mount Carmel Cemetery have either cracked headstones after falling to the ground or grave beds sinking into the soil. The grave beds should be sitting on the grass 12 inches above ground, but many are less, between 6 and even 3 inches. The issue started 2 years ago when at first some thought it was vandalism.
And I said, guys, something different, something very strange, so we have to hire the engineer.
A licensed engineer was hired by the All Bukharian Community Network, and after inspecting the plots, he issued a report.
The cemetery didn't even accept the proposal. We explained how a bridge has to be built to maintain the support of these very heavy stones, and it didn't go anywhere.
The granite headstones can weigh about a ton. What isn't helping, they say, are excavators driving on top of where their loved ones are laid to rest.
We've seen heavy machinery, which is not seen in other cemeteries, and it just doesn't add up.
They're asking for the cemetery to be more sensitive to the correct process of religious burials.
The request is that our laws and our halakha and our Jewish laws should be adhered by and heard.
The New York State Senate bill would create a stricter oversight of cemetery corporations to make sure that religious needs are accommodated. The group says that they are going to stay on top of this until their loved ones can rest peacefully. In Glendale, Queens, Michelle Ross, Pix 11 News.
Mount Carmel Cemetery responded to our request for comment, saying the cemetery management has met with a small group of representatives from that community regarding specific complaints concerning cemetery operations for the past 2 years. And as a result of the discussions, they've retained the services of a structural engineer to review the procedures. All right, coming up, the very worst bus